Hey, what's up, good people? How you doing? Sorry about that. I was playing the exit. You guys out there? All right. Here we go. There we go. Let's get it going. Let's get it cracking here. How you guys doing? All right. Let me get this closing bell going here. Thank you. All righty. There we go. All right, let's look at what's going on. I'm gonna bring this closing bell up right now.
Very uncertain.
Okay, let's get this going. We're just gonna watch and see what's going on. Let's see here. We got 4 minutes before closing bell. Let's just talk about a few things. There's a lot going on, and y'all forgive me because I got about a whole pot of coffee in me right now. What's up, good people? How y'all doing? My brother, how you doing? Please talk about who? Hey, if you guys could do me a favor, you already know the deal. This is Larry Jones. Hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell, and all of that. Hey, how you doing, family? How you doing? Yeah, you know what? There, you're asking, do we still buy? I'll tell you what I heard today, and it is true. They went back to the conflict of the 70s, and whenever we had a war like this, or the threat of war like this, the day to buy was when it actually happened. It was not the day to sell. It was the day to buy. So when we have geopolitical situations like this, and the stock market goes down like it did, then it's actually the day to buy and not to sell. All right. So remember, when we were on live this morning, Tesla was at 7. Remember, it was at 7 this morning, right? And now, as we speak right now, Tesla is. Let me go. I got to go find it, because I'm going to tell you guys, yeah, Tesla is $7.99. And yeah, so I bought a little. Tesla is $7.99. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, if you think, so Tesla just turned $800, right? And remember, that's $100, right? And you know, I had lunch with somebody who bought 60 shares, okay? That's $6,000, right? In a day, okay? Now, you could go ahead and sell your Tesla if you think that Tesla's gonna come back down to 7 or to 650s, all right? Now's the time to try to look at what's going on long term, okay? Let's see here. I don't want to miss closing bell, so let me do this, and then we're gonna chop it up afterwards. So let's look at what's going on. As you guys could see, the Dow,
which we've been talking about for several weeks, and we thought we were going to have a chance to enjoy, but there were a lot of micro mentions of the consumer from eBay and Bed Bath, and even some travel-related names, maybe Omicron, maybe not. But how do we square some of that conflicting discussion?
Yeah, it's a great question. And I think with respect to the consumer, you really need to know.
all right, we're going to keep an eye on that. But you're talking about a roller coaster day. So I made some plays today, and they were all good plays. Yes, we got that super chat. Thank you. Yes, thanks for the super chat. Whoever gave me the super chat, thank you and God bless you. Hey, it you know, it helps out. It helps out. Here we go with that super chat from Mark. Mark, I appreciate it. Yes. DCA crypto. Yes, I DCA crypto. You research on that and let me know next week, please. Yeah, do my DCA on crypto. Everything I bought in crypto this morning was was let's see, a closing bell. Hey, let's check this out real quick.
100 points. NASDAQ averts a bear market for today. Gold way off the session high, and the VIX after topping 38 falls to near 28.
Welcome to the closing bell. I'm Leslie Pickler along with Carl Quintanilla. Coming up, Clock Tower's Marco Pavitt weighs in on today's market recovery and how the crisis in Europe could play in the Fed's next move. Plus, small caps making a remarkable comeback. Along with the broader market, we'll speak with a portfolio manager who says the group could be a good place to ride out the volatility. Jason Snipe from Odyssey Capital Advisors is still with us, and Eric Johnston from Cantor Fitzgerald joins the conversation.
All right, good people. Hey, we played it, and we played it right. We hey, thank you for that super chat. Let me read this. Peer character jumping up and down saying #1 fan. Hey, I appreciate you, Lewis. I appreciate you, Lewis. I appreciate it. Hey, I'm forever grateful. Hey, Jay, hey, so we making a little money today. Y'all made some money today. Good. What's up, good people in the crypto techno one on ad on a portfolio? Crypto technicon tech. What is this? I'll listen. I'll check this one out. Okay. I don't know about it, to be honest with you. I don't know about it, but I'll check it out. I appreciate you. I appreciate your gift. All right. So, hey, Fisker. I bought some Fisker today. I did buy some Fisker today. And let me tell you, I bought some Fisker today, and all of the EV plays that we talked about this morning are up. Hey, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. So we're not going to get too happy, because I want to talk to you guys about some things. But we went forward. We had to have guts to make the moves that we made today, but we made them, and we made some money in a difficult time, right? And so, I bought some Fisker today. Fisker's up 10% today, good people. Remember what we were talking about this morning? EV Gold, remember it was down like 7%. Now it's up 8%. I bought a little Facebook. ChargePoint is up 11% now, and it was down, right? And then Volta, where's my Volta at? Where's my Volta? Oh yeah, Volta's up 5%, right? And so these are some of the plays that we got in. And then of course Tesla, man, you can't. Everything we bought today were winners. Okay, and then I had a Disney play that was an option. It was a call option, and man, I made a killing on that one. I'll just tell you guys, I was down $1,100 and I sold it positive $3,500. It was a June call. A Disney play. And so I just kept buying options and dollar cost averaging down. And then that's the second time I sold it. But I'm going to get back in at around 330-ish. Okay. So, hey, these are some of the things that I wanted to show you guys, like Tesla, man, $100 in a day's range. I mean, we were down, the Dow was down as much as 800 points, and look at what it did. I mean, it's outstanding. It was you know what? I would say it really wasn't a fake out, Dominique. It really wasn't a fake out. Let me tell you guys, let's discuss some things about geopolitical. But I understand what you're saying, Williamson. I understand what you're saying by a fake out. But I will tell you this. I want to tell you guys this, and I'm going to sound like a conspiracist, but there's some things that we got to talk about, and then we'll get back to this, right? Listen. I got to get away from the screen because it's gonna draw me in. I want to just talk to you guys. Let's look at this. So, like I don't need these. I'm sorry, good people. I got a whole pot of coffee in me right now. I ain't playing. So, So here's what's happening. I was going to draw a whole diagram of what's going on. So just take a pencil and pen and draw these diagrams. You got to act like colonels sometimes. All right. So Putin was, he was selling oil, of course, until his sellers. So when the sanctions came on Putin, he reduced the price of the oil to his sellers because they weren't going to be able to buy because of the sanctions. So he reduced the price of oil, right, to his buyers. Okay, just keep this in mind. So, and he's saying, look, I don't want to disrupt, what y'all got going on with the oil. I'm just going to take this. I'm just going to do what I'm going to do in this country. Those are the enemies, and hey, but me and you good, right? And that's what Putin was saying. But the fact that he reduced the price of oil, he's selling oil now at a discount to his buyers. I just want you guys to think about that, okay? Come up with your own conclusion, okay? Then there's a lot of talk that China, China might be looking at taking over Taiwan. So just remember, China's first response was not condemnation. China's first response was to blame the West, to blame the U.S., right? It's the U.S. fault. So it's our fault that Putin is going and doing what he's doing to Ukraine. So it's our fault. All right. I'm just painting a picture for you guys. You guys do the math, right? Put all of the pieces together. So when China comes out and makes this statement, I'm going, okay. And we all know that Putin and China, these guys with these complexes, they love each other. They boys, right? There is something really evil cooking, good people. I'm telling you guys, there's something really evil cooking up. And don't you for 1 minute think that Putin is going to, he knew these sanctions was coming. So it's not like he got over 160,000 troops on the line and spent all of this money knowing what he was going into. Don't think that as soon as you slap a sanction on him that he's going to bag up, right? I want you guys to be aware of this because he was ready for this. Putin is brilliant. He's a smart guy. I ain't gonna say brilliant because I reserve that for wiser people because I believe this is a dumb move. But Putin is not a dummy. He's a smart dude. But I want you to just look at what's going on and not what's not being said. Putin attacks the Ukraine. China's first response is to blame the United States. Okay? I mean, you got to see through what's going on, right? And so what I've learned and what I've seen was every time President Biden comes out and make a verbal statement about sanctions, the stocks rebound. It happened the first time and it happened again. So listen real careful. The stocks rebound, my option plays rebound, and today was nothing short. The stocks and the options rebound. The only reason why I'm talking about politics right now is because our money is tied up. So we need to listen. Let's take our emotions out and we need to listen. So what happens is when Biden comes out and he says, I'm going to slap more harsh sanctions on you. This happened, what was that, yesterday or the day before yesterday? Market rebounds, right? Then Putin, in broad daylight, so the world could see, comes and does this attack. Now, here in the United States, it's in the middle of the night. But in Russia, it was first thing in the morning, right? It was fresh just before the sunrise. He wants the whole world to see it. So don't fall for the okie doke. You got to see what's going on. Now, I will tell you something. If China starts acting up, if Lil Kim says, I want to take over Japan, I'm just throwing stuff out. But if China says, okay, well, we're going to take over Taiwan, then you know that this was all a calculated move. And that's going to really tank the market. So what I'm going to say is, don't take this little bump and think it's all good. What I'm saying is keep your eyes and ears. The Bible said, watch and pray. And so that means pray with your eyes open sometimes. And so that's what we're doing right now. Okay. So we made these plays. We made money on all of them, but we're going to be cautiously careful, good people. That's what we're doing. All right. So I call him, Lil Kim. And what's funny is his last name is Il. Lil Kim Il Nana. For those of y'all that's old enough, y'all will get that. All right. I call him Lil Kim. So, see here? China will take Taiwan. If that happens right now, I'm telling you, the market is not going to like that. And it's going to tank again. And so is all crypto, right? It's going to tank. So what you have to do is make up your mind. If you bought something today and it's up green, is the market potentially going to tank whatever you bought lower than what you bought it for? And you have to make your mind up right now, okay, on what you're going to do with that. Now, if you say, hey, I just want to add to my long positions and I don't really care, I'm holding this for the next 5 years, then that's fine. I'm with you. But I will tell you, some of that Tesla that I bought, I sold a lot of it because I made a little profit. And I believe, this is what I believe. I could be wrong, but I have to be transparent with the family. I believe by tonight, all right, which will be morning in Russia, that you're going to see and hear something. Putin ain't going to just lay down and take a sanction. He knew what he was getting into, good people. So let's zoom out, look at the whole geopolitical situation, and let's make money. Because these millionaires and billionaires are, okay? And so they always make money off of war. It's our time to make money. We can pray for these loans. Yeah, DCA, yep. Let's 5 years. I'm sorry, I'm clicking the wrong one. 5 years. You're going to look back on some of these prices. I guarantee you in 3 years, in 2 years, you're going to look back on some of these prices and go, what was I thinking? I was buying Tesla at $1,200 and I refused to buy it at $7. Man. Right? So this is the time that it takes a lot of guts. It does. Yep. So yes. It's so just keep an eye out for will make me rich. You said Volta will make you rich. Well, you guys saw what I did with Volta. Yep, gasoline and oil. Yeah, yep, Chef DC. Man, if your name would have been Boyardee, I would have fell out laughing. Chef Boyardee. All right, fam. So let's and so now there's a pullback. Let's see if everything is calmed down. Do you think the market will bounce back? Where in a few weeks ago, taking in the market account in the Feds in March. So there's a lot of talk now. Good question. There's a lot of talk now that, and they've been talking to some of the voting members of the Fed, and they have been saying now the Fed cannot afford to go up 0.5%. But that's just talk right now. We have to wait and see. I don't know. If you ask me what I think today, I think they're only going up 0.25% or 25 basis points and not 50. So that's what I think, and that will calm the market down. Now, this geopolitical situation, to me still, it's not as big a threat as inflation and interest rates. It's not. I think, the way wars fought now, it's like fast and furious, and unfortunately a lot of lives, but it's a lot of aerial assaults now. It's not like just boots on the ground for, like Vietnam, many years. It's different now. Okay. Taiwan is being invaded. When is Taiwan being invaded? I don't know. I can't. Yep. Yep. Let's keep praying for Ukraine. You bought two. Yeah, man. I got some. I got some too. I got some Volta too, and I got all of it. Yeah, gas is already crazy. We have to understand using the big. So we have to understand this, that when these wars come on, we pay for it. We pay for it. There's Stevie Wonder had a line in one of his songs, big boys playing with bombs like kids playing with toys, grown men playing with bombs like kids playing with toys. That was a line in one of his beautifully written songs. And we got to think about this. You think about Kim Il, you think about people like him that are dictators, okay? I'm just saying Kim Il for right now. Just think about the price that, the people have to pay. Even the army, at his command, if they don't obey him, they get murdered, and he murdered their family. He murdered his own uncle just to set an example. So when you have tyrants like this, it's all about them stroking their ego, and they don't care. Like that, North Korea, there's people, most of that country is in poverty. And you got this dude sitting on gold, gold thrones, gold toilets with his feet not touching the ground. But anyway, that stuff makes me sick. All right. Very soon there will be. Yeah, probably so. Yeah, probably so. Buying a dip, holding long term. Listen, if you buy right now during these situations, I mean, you couldn't have picked a worse storm. For this to come just before the interest rate hikes and high inflation, you couldn't have picked a worse storm. But I believe in a year from now, you're going to be saying, I couldn't have picked the best time to buy some good, solid companies. Just think about that right now. Right now, this is a perfect storm, and storm being the key word. We got the highest inflation that we've had in 40 years. We got the Fed that made inflation even worse, and now they have to go aggressively to bring it, back to control, right? Our supply chain is horrific, horrible, the worst it's ever been. And now we got this geopolitical situation. And then now on top of that, we got to pay higher heating and higher gas at the pumps. So the worst thing that could happen right now, if another, madman takes off and starts acting up and starts another war, we can't afford to get into a war right now. But on the other hand of that, with all of that going on, beating stocks down so far, it's also the best time to start buying some of these dips. And when I mean buy, I don't mean load up. I mean dollar cost average. Remember, anything I say is not a suggestion to buy, hold, or sell any equity, okay? So that's what I wanted to talk about, good people. And that's it. I just wanted to come on. I didn't want to be long. We talked about closing bells. Stocks just rallied. And that's nothing short of amazing.
And we also want to welcome Strategas Research Partners Chairman Jason Trenner joins the conversation. Jason, good to talk to you as well. I'll ask you what I asked Lizanne a moment ago, and that is this reversal today, tactically important? Does it mean anything over the medium term, given the unanswered questions regarding the Fed?
Listen, I do think it's meaningful in the intermediate term, short to intermediate term. But by the same token, I think that the overhangs on this market are real and are not going to be going away anytime soon. In some ways, this makes the Fed's job harder. And I think it's going to be harder to root out inflation than it might have been a week or two ago. And so I just caught the last part of what Lazan was saying, and I wholeheartedly agree that I think you want to be with shorter duration equities. You want to be in things that are trading as a multiple of earnings and cash flows as opposed to things that are trading as a multiple of sales, because I think inflation is headed higher, or is at least going to continue to stay high. And I also think we just don't know what the 10-year Treasury yield is going to be until the Fed stops buying them.
Okay, hey, I appreciate you. Yeah, I'm gonna get some rest. I am wore out. I am wore out, but duty calls, and I know a lot of you guys made money. That's what brings me joy. When you guys meet me on the street and you say, "Hey, I made some good money today," that's what brings me joy, good people. It really does bring me joy, and hopefully we can continue this. I'll say this. There were a lot of YouTube pages that was just pumping one stock, and it was just hype coins, and now you don't hear a peep out of them, and there was one whole outfit. It was like 5 different pages under one corporation. I'm not going to call their names. You don't hear a peep out of them now. You know why? They didn't know what they were talking about. And they have never been in a bear market. They've never been in a crash or a correction. So what I'm going to say is question everything and everybody, including me. Never accept 100% of anybody or what anybody says. There's a lot of smart people out there that are way smarter than me. And I want you to do your research and learn from these lessons and follow your disciplines. My Disney play, it was looking really good, and I started to hold it. But then I looked at my disciplines, and now when I say my disciplines, it was something that I just wrote today. I was like, if it hits this point, I'm gonna sell it. And I looked at it, I read it, I put it down, and I says, no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna sell it because it's running. Then I read it again, and that little birdie came on my shoulder and says, what do you tell the people all the time? You stick to your disciplines. And that's what I did. And I sold it and took my profits. Okay. So I want you guys to do the same thing. Don't be afraid to take profits when it's time to take profits. What am I looking for? Tesla. And don't be afraid to buy when it's tough to buy. For those of you that bought this morning, hey, you guys are brave, man. It's no easy thing to buy when everybody else is fleeing. Remember, I always say the house is on fire. Run to the house and catch the falling baby. Okay? Just run and catch the falling baby. Look at this. Here we are. Tesla this morning was at 7. Okay? This morning it was at 7. Let's do the one day. And now, why is that looking like that? Ugh, I don't like the way that looks. Let me bring another window up. Tesla was up at 7, and now look at where it closed today. And, I showed you, if you don't know, you can actually buy fractional shares. I did that on the other 2 videos. So watch the video before this. I time stamped it. And so I want you guys that say, hey, I can't afford this, I can't afford that. Actually, you can. I want you to not worry about how much money you have in it. I want you to be able to participate on some of these gains, because what's going to happen is if you do it with $100, even $50, you're going to start seeing if I had more in. As a matter of fact, it's good to start with small amounts if you're new, because when you have more in, you will learn how to trade and not be, afraid of losing a bunch of money. You don't want to learn with a lot of money. Learn with a little money first, all right? So look at this. This is the day's chart, all right? As you could see, we were at 7 this morning when we were talking, right? And I wish I'd had about more at that price. And so now we're $100 up, which for Tesla is not that much. That's only a 4% raise. That's only 4% up, like 4.8% up. Okay. So, so that's not a lot for Tesla, but, it's a nice move, all right, if you got a lot of shares, all right? And so, yeah, that's it, good people. That's all I got to say. Let me answer one or two more questions, and let me get off of this because I don't want to be here long. Moo Moo. What about Moo Moo? Don't YOLO. Don't YOLO, y'all. She said, don't yo. So now, so here's one of the things I want to say before I leave. That short person jokes. Here's what I want to say. Russia has the capability to unleash some fierce cyber attacks. Okay, they do. They have the ability to do that, and we're at, you know, we're really, hey, bless you. Remember, tomorrow Friday they have to sell off late. Okay, thanks a lot, man. Thanks. Let me talk about that. Thanks to Truth. You are the truth. So I want you to think about this. Here's the reason why I did some buying and I did some selling. And I sold some of the stuff I bought. Because this rally, you know what? You know, the other person that made the comment, this could be a fake out right here. So remember what I say about Friday sell-offs, right? So everything that went up today, tomorrow, you may give it all back. And for a couple of reasons. Number one, thank you for your blessing, the Truth. I appreciate your contribution. Number one, when you're sleeping, for most of my audience, when you're sleeping, that's when Russia is about to wake up, right? You're going to bed, they're waking up. You're waking up to go to work. It's just the opposite there, right? No telling what he's going to do, meaning Putin, because of these sanctions. There's no telling what he could do. He could start doing some cyber stuff, all right? And they have capabilities. I'm trying to be very careful in what I say because I don't want to get in trouble with this platform, okay? Because they flag certain words. But that capability is real and it's effective. And nobody does it, as far as cyber attacks, nobody does it better than Russia. And I will tell you, we have to be careful, right? So we don't know what's going to come by tomorrow. But if this was a 3-day weekend, I would definitely tell you that it will be a Friday sell-off. So what I'm going to do, and I suggest you do, is monitor this situation. Pay attention to what happens first thing in the morning, the first trading hour, and then pay attention what happens at closing bell tomorrow. So right now, with the geopolitical arm thrown in here and an actual war starting, then it's kind of hard to tell, right? We don't know what's going to happen at night. So just keep that in mind. When you got this much tension, people don't want their money in the market over the weekend, right? I know I pulled some out, so I'm just saying, think about it, all right? Hey, good people, I love each and every one of you guys. Make sure you hit that like button. Let's see, I have one question. Tesla around 400. You know what? I don't think Tesla's getting back to 400. It could drop to 500. I don't see 400. Yeah. That's just me right now. Yeah. Right. The truth. Yeah. Will the stock market crash this year? Before this geopolitical stuff came, I would say no. Correction? Yes. Bear market? Yes. Crash? I would softly say no. But I could say no and then literally some black swan event come up tomorrow that could happen. And so I can't, no one can predict that. I mean, I'm not that smart and no one is, okay? When is the time according to you to buy? That would have been this morning. When you get a hard blow that tanks the market, what usually happens is it's an overreaction on the market's part, right? The market tends to overreact at first and then it corrects. We call that a knee-jerk reaction. And so that's when you have to have the guts to buy, all right? And so that's what I would say. But also too, if there's a sell-off in the last hour to half hour tomorrow, that may be a time to look for some plays and start buying small pieces and not going all the way in, right? We've had all of these days of just red, red, red. Okay, sell all. Yeah, you know what? One size don't fit all. I'm not even gonna post that. Okay. I try. You know, it's difficult. I try. No one has a crystal ball. Yeah, no one has a crystal ball. All right. All right, good people. I'm gonna leave it right there. I just wanted to make this one short and talk about the plays that we talked about early this morning before you guys went to work, most of you, and just say, hey, we made some money today, some green today. It was a bold move. When most people were pulling back, we were going in. But be smart about the purchases that you have. Please check out all the links below, okay? And one of the things I'm going to tell you guys, whether you download the Webull app, my Webull app or not, and I am looking at another platform to add. So I'm going to have, so you guys could have different portfolios, right? For those of you that just have one, right? Now's the time to start learning your tools. Now's the time to open up a little bit, because now's the time to get in positions that's going to make you a lot of money, right? And I want you to start developing a long-term mindset, an investment mindset. For those of you that are just swing traders or day traders, now's the time to establish some long-term positions at these prices. It's okay to get in and get out, but also get in and stay in if you get the right stock at the right price. These are high conviction stock, okay? And I would start with blue chip companies and then go from there. High growth companies and then go from there. All right, good people, I love you guys, all right? You know what? For a change, because it's just been so much bad news, hey, let's go out with the jam, and then I'll talk to you guys later. Live, love, laugh, and learn. What's up, good people?